So nourishing connections to me is building a intimate relationship with somebody that you're close with, even with people that you don't know. Just having that sincere communication.
What I envision is sitting down at a dinner table, having conversations with your loved ones, and just growing deeper and fonder of each other.
Connections are what we're all about. Connections with the earth, connections with our friends and family, connections with strangers. And without those, life's just not worth anything.
Spending time with the people that you love or the people you want to get to know better, and really losing that surface, meaningless conversation of the what's up, what's for dinner kind of thing, and really getting to know the person.
Sometimes it might be a little bit uncomfortable, but just leaving the dinner table, then feeling a little bit more drawn towards each other.
And just being honest and open and understanding of what the other person is feeling.
So it could be with somebody you just met, going to a coffee date, and just having meaningful conversation.
I think that some of the most important connections are the ones that we have yet to make.
To listen to them intentionally and to just really get them and know them and love them in a deeper way because of the things that are important to them. And this little project means everything to me, to create the space for people to have magical conversations and to walk away knowing and loving each other in a different way.
My name is Ron Hosner.
And my name is Mary Hosner. We actually live in Reddington Shores, and we've been here. We moved here permanently in 2005 from Michigan. We still go back to Michigan in the summertime because we have a cottage in the Upper Peninsula on an island in Lake Huron, and it's very nice. Can you tell me one or two people who have been kindest to you in your life? What if they were here? What would you say to them?
So many. I don't do this well without a lot of probably my mother and my father, and my wife. I'm always glad she's here. I need her by my side all my time. I wish my mom and dad were here too.
I would say the same thing. We were both fortunate to come from wonderful homes. Tell me one of your happiest memories.
Yeah, probably bringing our firstborn home from the hospital. We got in the car and Mary said, "What are we going to do now?" He won't break. He's okay. He'll be fine.
I know. We've had a pretty good life. I'm going to say traveling. We used to rent a sailboat in the North Channel of Lake Huron in Michigan, and for 2 weeks in the summer, Ron's a good sailor. We would charter a large sailboat and go sailing for 2 weeks with our kids. And we anchor out at night and go on the islands and pick blueberries or wild huckleberries and
Explore
and swim, and I think those are some of my
Those were
great times. Can you tell me about one of the most difficult moments in your life? Again, would be probably when my mother, she had little strokes and dementia, and we lived across the street from them, and my father really wanted her home, so we had some hired help, and which was wonderful, and we kept her home and watched that deterioration. Was very difficult because she really didn't know who I was, anymore. very well. At the end of the interview, take a few moments to tell your partner what they mean to you.
I think it's obvious what we mean to each other. We're together all the time. We have been. Mary just started playing pickleball, and now she's gone for a couple hours in the morning, and I think that's healthy and good for her.
Yeah, I mean, friends, people will say, it's kind of a cliche, oh, well, my husband's my best friend. Yeah.
Which is good.
Yeah.
I am Dawn Arbitello. I live in Tarpon Springs, and this is my husband, Vince.
Yeah, I'm Vincent Arbitello, and I live with my wife Dawn in Tarpon Springs.
Can you tell me one of your happiest memories?
One of my happiest memories, when we first got married in Alaska, and the entire ceremony, and then our whale watching that we did afterwards.
And the ducks.
And then the ducks that were present at the wedding as well. Yes. How would you like to be remembered?
I know how I don't want to be remembered. I want to be remembered as the crazy lady down the street who can't remember anything. No, I hope that I'm remembered as somebody who was kind and fun and happy.
Well, you're all of those things, so all right.
Aw, thanks. Let's try to keep it that way.
Okay.
Can you tell me about one of the most difficult moments in your life?
I knew you were going to ask me. I guess when my mother passed away, dealing with that and dealing with all of the emotions and family relationships that arise out of that.
Yeah, it's a tough one. We both just recently lost our mothers. One year and mine this year actually, and that is very difficult for me. If you knew this was going to be our last conversation, is there anything you've never told me that you want to share with me? That's a good one.
No, I don't think so. I try to live my life honestly and openly, and try to tell you that I love you as often as I can, and that would be what I would want to say to you anyway. So I think that's one of the keys to trying to be happy and open and honest, is to live that way and to practice that on a daily basis.
I think we've gotten better at that too.
Yeah, I think people do get better at it, and I think that should be the goal, right? Is to always get better at making the people who are the most loved in your life know that they're the people who are most loved in your life.
What would you say to Vince if this was going to be the last time?
That I can that it hasn't always been easy, but I'm thankful that you stuck it out.
It's not our last conversation.
I'm Juliet, and I'm in Claremont.
And Nicole, and I live in St. Pete. Do you remember what was going through your head when you first saw me?
Yes, it was very vivid. It was. I was very excited that it was over because it was about 20 hours of labor. But my first words were, I remember, was like, does she have 10 toes and 10 fingers? I'm like, yeah, she's perfect. What are you proudest of?
What?
What are you proudest of?
Proudest of?
Most proud.
Oh my gosh. I don't even know. Graduating college in under 3 years.
Yeah, that's what came to my mind.
What advice would you give me about raising my own kids?
Just don't overreact to anything. Just be Let's be a good listener first. I hope I did that. How would you like to be remembered?
Ooh. I'd like to be remembered as somebody who loves people and loves life and loves Jesus.
I'm Christy Dowling. I live in St. Petersburg, Florida.
I'm Kate Droff, and I live in St. Petersburg, Florida.
What are the most important lessons you've learned in life?
I think that as I get older, and I'm approaching the ripe old age of 30, I'm starting to realize that life doesn't have to be perfect. I feel like I've always had this idealistic view of what my life should be at this point, and I don't think that my life has necessarily taken the direction that I thought it would. And I'm realizing as I get older that it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to go a certain way. It can develop and sort of flourish and grow and take a different direction than I originally thought, and that's okay.
I know, I feel like we're so much alike in that, right?
Yeah, I do.
We need to kind of get past the perfectionism.
Definitely.
I know. We talk about this all the time, you and I.
Yeah.
We
It's
have
pretty much our primary conversation. Yeah.
I know.
Christy, who has been the most important person in your life, and can you tell me about him or her?
She's on my mind a lot right now because she's coming today, and that's my mom. She's been one of the most important people by far. She raised me by herself, and we were really poor, and she worked 2 jobs, but she never kind of had trouble, hugging me when she got home at 10 p.m. She always found time to show me how much she loved me, and always found time to tell me how beautiful I was and how smart I am, and she really kind of always showed me that she cared and always emphasized that I was gonna be something great, and I don't think I could have made it without her. And as a teacher, I try to do that, show them over and over and over again that they can do it, and I think that's kind of the most important thing she taught me. And now that she's sick and she's coming here today, it's weird because she's so not the person she used to be. She's like a completely different person. It's so sad, because you want your mom back, and I need to kind of understand that change that you were talking about before, that things change and that she's changing, and I have to accept her and love her for who she is and not who I want her to be and, the person she used to be. Yeah.
I can definitely relate to that too. My mom is probably one of the most important, if not the most important person in my life, and I can't imagine, and I'm sure it'll happen one day, just watching that sort of digression of illness that toll that it takes. I think that you are that light for your students. I see that with you and them, and just that encouragement to them that your mom was to you.
Oh, thanks.
I'm Carrie Zilbauer, and I live in St. Petersburg, Florida. I'm originally from Tampa, Florida.
Erin Telzak, and I live in downtown St. Pete, and I'm actually originally from Ohio.
Okay, I wanted to ask you if you have any regrets in life.
I think I probably regret not being more active in dance when I was younger and actually taking it seriously. I really enjoy going to the ballet and watching the dancers perform and all the kind of modern dancing, and I wish I had been more keen on going dance class and I am in life.
Yeah, when we're little, we have no idea what's going to happen, how we're going to wish we stuck in it when we get older.
I used to cry going to ballet classes after a year or two, so I hated it. Like, Mom, don't let me go to ballet class. I don't want to go. She's like, oh, you signed up for it, we're paying for it, you have to go now. So what has been an important lesson you learned in your life?
So, I guess I could just talk about lessons I've been learning recently. So I'm reading this book on meditation and prayer and service and all sorts of cool stuff like that lately. I was noticing that there was like this theme in the book about silence. Like in the service chapter, they were explaining that sometimes if you want to like serve someone, you just try to do what you think would be helpful, and actually you can sometimes do like more harm than good. So if you like are silent and you listen, you can kind of perceive what the person needs and actually be truly of service to them. Yeah, and it was crazy because it kept coming up in every chapter, this like theme of silence, and I don't think I'm very good at being silent. And the other day in the hospital, I went to go see a 12-year-old girl who has cancer, and she's not doing well at all. And I can't really help her. Like, all the things that are wrong are just going to take time to heal. And she's stuck inside. She can't go outside. She hasn't been able to go outside since September because she's so sick. And so I really wish I could let her go outside, but I can't. So I just sat and talked with her forever. She's like from a farm. She lives on like 5 acres. She was telling me about like the blackberry bushes and like the cows and the chickens and farm fresh eggs, and she likes to eat them in grits. And she just talked and talked and talked and talked, and I just listened. And then one of the doctors came by and was like, Erin, I wanted to thank you so much for whatever you gave Hunter earlier. She feels so much better. And I was like, I didn't change your medicine. I didn't do anything. I just listened to her. So
Sometimes that's what people need. Just to be able to express themselves without anyone saying their opinion or being, not that you would judge her, but like some people just need someone to listen while they like get everything out of their system, and they feel so much better. They can like relax finally and like probably sleep better and get their immune system up that way.
Yeah.
That's probably really, that's so good that you did that.
Yeah. So even though you're not a dancer, you're like, you help people do amazing things, like with the way that you help work with their body so that they can dance and they can run. So,
You make me cry.